sign to go. It's not going. We're all good? All right, good evening, and welcome to the Thursday, February 22nd, 2024 regular meeting of the Walnut Creek Planning Commission. This time, I'll ask our commission secretary to please call the roll.
Commissioner Reiser,
Here.
Commissioner Nating,
Here.
Commissioner Lezak,
Here.
Commissioner Pickett.
Here.
Commissioners Anderson and Strongman are absent. Chair Ward.
Here. Okay, so we have a good quorum here, and we'll just move along to our item 2, which is the consent calendar. We have one item on the consent calendar, adoption of the meeting minutes. Would any commissioner like to remove this item from the consent calendar? All right, seeing none. I guess I'm supposed to have public comment on every agenda item, right? So technically, okay, so is there any member of the public who would like to comment on our consent calendar item today? All right, seeing none, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of February 8th, 2024.
I move to approve the consent calendar.
Do we have a second?
I second.
Great, thank you. We have a motion and a second. If we could please call the roll.
Commissioner Reiser,
Yes.
Commissioner Nating,
Yes.
Commissioner Lezak,
I'm going to abstain. I was absent.
You don't actually have to do that, but okay.
Commissioner Pickett,
Yes.
Commissioners Anderson and Strongman are absent. Chair Ward.
Yes.
Great, thank you. The motion passes.
All right, thank you. All right, next on our agenda is item 3, public communication. Public communication portion of the meeting is reserved for comment on items not on the agenda. This means comments which are not about the First Bank conditional use permit or the North Downtown specific plan amendments. Under the Brown Act, the commission cannot act on items raised during public communications, but may respond briefly to statements made or questions posed, request clarification, or refer items to staff. Additionally, I would like to remind everyone that not all speech is protected and that I will not tolerate or allow hate speech during public comment at any meeting that I chair. Hate has no place in our community, and our words must reflect our community commitment to equality and inclusion for all. At this time, are there any members of the public who would like to make a comment? All right, seeing none, we'll move onward to item 4, public hearings. I would like to suggest that we switch the order of these 2 items and move the second item and hear it first. So I guess I need the consent of the commission to do that. So do we have any objection to switching the order?
No.
I see only shaking heads, so do I need an actual motion?
Yes, please.
Okay, I would like to move that we move item 4B and up to 4A. And do I have a second on that?
Second.
Lots of seconds.
Third.
All right, if you can call the roll, please.
Ward was the motion, and who was second?
Everybody.
Reiser. I'll just pick one. Okay. Commissioner Reiser,
Yes.
Commissioner Nating,
Yes.
Commissioner Lezak,
Yes.
Commissioner Pickett,
Yes.
Commissioner Strongman and Anderson are absent. Chair Ward.
Yes.
Great.
All right,
motion
thank you.
passes.
Thank you for that. So after all that excitement, my understanding is that we are moving this item to a date certain, which is March 14th, 2024. So that item will not be heard tonight, but will be heard on March 14th.
And just Chair Ward, so to avoid having to re-notice the item, I would advise the commission to open the public hearing tonight, but to the extent there's anybody here to comment, you can take the comment, but you will not hear the item tonight.
Okay, that's excellent. Then on the advice of council, I will open the, what is now the first item, public hearing item, and open the public hearing, and we'd like to accept any public comment regarding this item at this time. Are there any members of the public present who would like to address the commission with regard to this item? All right, seeing none, we will close public comment for tonight, and I guess adjourn.
Well, we'll continue the public
We'll
hearing.
continue the
Yes.
public hearing itself to March 14th, 2024. Okay. I get all the magic words in there?
If we can have a motion and a vote.
We need
Okay.
a motion to
Second.
continue. Yeah.
All right,
So moved.
thank you.
Second.
Okay.
Commissioner Reiser,
Yes.
Commissioner Nating,
Yes.
Commissioner Lezak,
Yes.
Commissioner Pickett,
Yes.
Commissioners Anderson and Strongman are absent. Chair Ward.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for that. We'll look forward to that in next month. So our next public hearing that we would like to do at this point is the First Bank Conditional Use Permit, application number Y24-004. The address is 1760 North Broadway, the APN 178-351-018. I understand we have a staff presentation by Simmer Gill, our associate planner.
Good evening, Commissioners. Simmer Gill, Associate Planner. Before I begin, I actually wanted to express my gratitude to both Commissioner Pickett and Commissioner Lezak for your for the exceptional service, dedication, and experience that you brought to this commission. And I've been presenting before you for the past few years, and I've learned a lot. And your comments and your input has always been appreciated, and it has resulted in better designed projects for the city. So I just wanted to say thank you, since this might be my last opportunity to say it at the dais. So, and now moving on to tonight's project. This project is a request for a conditional use permit for a bank that will operate in the single-story, single-story building at 1760 North Broadway. The application number is Y24-004. The applicants that are representing the project, Kathy DeLeo and Shanna Petit, are both here tonight, as am I, to answer any questions that you may have after the presentation. And just to orient you with the site, the North Broadway Business Center is a single-story commercial building that consists of a total of 5 commercial tenants with 36 parking spaces on site. And access to the parking is provided from Carlbach Avenue and exit on North Broadway, as you can see here. And the site is zoned mixed-use residential. The property is located in the boundaries of the North Downtown Specific Plan, and the surrounding area consists of a mix of retail and commercial uses. And First Bank is currently operating in the 2-story building at the corner of North Civic and North Broadway, that you see, the building that you see here. And the applicant is looking to relocate the business to a smaller tenant space to the single-story building adjacent to this parcel to the north. And First Bank is a full-service facility that will offer banking and lending services, and a total of 4 associates that consists of bankers, tellers, and business partners will be employed at this location. The hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and no exterior changes are proposed to the building or the parking lot. And because the bank will be located within a single-story building, a conditional use permit is required. More discussion will be provided on that in the next slide. This site was previously zoned central retail, which did permit banks and retail uses by right. And with the adoption of the specific plan in 2019, the property, that area was rezoned from central retail to mixed-use residential, where bank and retail uses are now only allowed in multi-story buildings. And this is a single-story building, and because of that, the banks would not be allowed under the current zoning. However, the non-conforming uses section of the Walnut Creek Municipal Code does allow such buildings that are non-conforming due to the use or the structure to remain viable until any future development happens in this area. And per the code, a new non-conforming use can occupy a tenant space that was previously occupied by a non-conforming use. And in this case, it was occupied by a retail tenant, which was Jenny Craig. And here is a map from the North Downtown Specific Plan that does highlight what is intended for the different areas in the specific plan. The red dashed lines that you see here, they depict the ground floor pedestrian retail activity and neighborhood serving businesses along North Broadway. Bank uses are neighborhood serving services, therefore it meets the policies and the uses that are envisioned in this area. And listed here are the required use permit and the continuation of non-conforming uses findings. The bank does comply as it does not impair the character of the zone, as it will be located within a building that has similar commercial uses, and the relocation of this bank provides the ability to retain a local serving business in the city. And the general plan, specific plan, and the zoning also encourages ground floor retail and commercial uses. If this were a multi-tenant building, the banks and retail uses would be allowed by right. The Walnut Creek Police Department has also reviewed this proposal and has expressed no safety concerns, as the bank is a low-impact use in terms of noise and traffic. And staff does believe that the Planning Commission can support the approval of the use permit, as it meets all of the required findings that are listed on this slide. And the project is exempt from CEQA, as the project is only a change of use for an existing commercial tenant space. Again, no exterior changes or expansion of the footprint is proposed. And with that, staff does recommend that the Planning Commission move to determine that project is exempt from CEQA, and also adopt the resolution approving a conditional use permit to establish a bank at this location. And that is all I have, but I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much for that very clear presentation. We appreciate it, and also for your kind words about my colleagues here. Do we have any questions from commissioners at this point? No questions. All right. So at this point, I'd like to open the public hearing regarding this matter, and the applicant will have 15 minutes for their presentation if they would like to take advantage of that. Nothing? Okay, great. Do you want to come up and just introduce yourselves and tell us who you are, and then if we have any questions for you, you'll already be up here. Thank you.
My name is Kathy Dillon.
If you could come to the microphone, please. Thank you.
My name is Kathy Dillio. I'm the property manager of the Broadway Center, where First Bank would like to move into. And that's really all I have to say. I
Great.
mean, you covered it all.
All right. Yes, it was an excellent staff presentation. So, all right. So, do we have any questions from commissioners for the applicant at this time? Nope. I guess you can sit back down. I'm sorry to have made you come all the way up here then. Seeing no questions from commissioners, are there any members of the public who would wish to provide public comment regarding this item at this time? Gone. All right, I see none. So there's nothing for you to respond to, so that makes it easier. And at this time, I will then close the public hearing with regard to this agenda item and bring it back to the commission for any comments, questions, deliberation, or possibly a motion.
It's all you, Bob.
I would like to make a motion that the Planning Commission approve the conditional use permit for First Bank.
Second?
Okay. Where the exemption from CEQA was included in that resolution, so everything's in it. All right, excellent. All right, so we have a motion and a second, and if we could please record the vote.
Commissioner Reiser,
Yes.
Commissioner Nating,
Yes.
Commissioner Lezak,
Yes.
Commissioner Pickett,
Yes.
Commissioners Anderson and Strongman are absent. Chair Ward.
Yes.
The motion passes.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much for that. All right, so moving right along to agenda item 5, commission considerations. And I believe this is where we're going to do our, okay. All right, so at this time, it's my great pleasure to get to recognize and speak a few words, because I have the microphone, so I get to do that, about two of the folks who are sharing the dais here with me, who are retiring from the Planning Commission. I can't believe that they do not want to devote all of their spare time to this endeavor, but here we are. And so both Peter Lezak and Bob Pickett are, this is their last meeting, which is hard to believe. So I wanted to just say a few words. So Peter, first of all, I want to thank you for your service to the city on this commission. You've served on this planning commission for 8 years, 2 full terms since 2016. Obviously, you have a planning background. I noted that your current title involves forward planning. This is not my area, so I'm a little confused about how you could do backward planning, but I'm glad that you were helping us with the forward planning. It seems to be a term of art in the industry. Although as a real estate attorney, I think maybe I do when people engage in backward planning, that's where I come in to help. The failure to do forward planning involves me helping with backward planning. But I think that's super cool, and obviously your planning, your professional planning experience has been a tremendous asset to us here. And I also mostly really have appreciated your incredibly thoughtful questions and your very clear explanations of some kind of complex planning concepts and procedures that sometimes were confusing to me, which demonstrated that you were not only an outstanding technician and had a huge substantive knowledge in this area, but that you're able to explain it in language that those of us without that kind of technical skill could understand. And I think it made all of us better for having done that. And I'm greatly, greatly appreciative of that. So I will definitely miss you with regard to that. So Bob, now Bob is apparently going for the record here for Planning Commission, having served for 13 years on this Planning Commission since 2011. I actually thought it had been longer because I couldn't imagine.
I had 8 years. I had 9 years before that.
9 years before.
Yes, he's 20.
Since 2011, so the math is bad, huh, that I got. 22 years on the Planning Commission. Well, that sounds more like what I thought it would. So definitely a record for us to aspire to. And you also have used your extensive planning and development background and contributed a good amount of your retirement time as well, which is, I think, maybe even a greater contribution to us, to our city's incredible benefit. And I note from your resume, you have a little bit of forward planning in your titles as well, and that also has helped us out quite a bit. So other than Bob's obvious and very consistent contributions to all of us here on planning and to the city, when I think of you, I think of the word inquisitive, in part. No one has more questions than Bob, and I really appreciate that. If only because when I say, any questions from the commission? I know there's going to be some, and they're going to be good ones too. So I really appreciate your attention to detail and also your tenacity and not letting an item go until you and the rest of us have a really full and clear understanding of what's going on. And I think that has been a tremendous benefit to all of us. And I will for sure miss your insight and your inquisitiveness for sure. And when you are not here serving, well, you can come at any time. You can come to member comment and ask more questions, but we won't be able to answer them in the same way. So, but it's been a joy to work with both of you. I will miss you all. Now I understand we have some fancy door prizes for you on the way out, and they're pretty awesome. So we have street signs that we've made for you to take as a little token of our appreciation. And I don't know, I think you should put it in it's display in your living room or somewhere really awesome, or maybe we can replace the street signs on your street. I don't know. Maybe I guess that's above my pay grade. I can't do that. But how do we want to do this?
If you'd like to present the signs to each of the commissioners.
I would.
Chair Ward.
All right. No, you're staying. My helper wants to help us out. Let's go in the order that I started chatting about people. So we'll start with Peter. And I don't know, maybe do we want to go out here? We probably want to go out here.
That's cool. Exactly.
Why don't we all go out?
I will be replacing.
I want to go on that run with you.
All right. So, Peter, let's see.
Chair, while I have not prepared any remarks, I'd just like to ditto a couple of your comments. You took some great points in terms of their expertise, the amount of questions. Having been here 6 years now, I'm still learning something every meeting. And looking back over the last 6 years that I've been serving with these two guys, have been an honor. Want to thank them for their commitment to the city, and I'd like to say I'm going to miss the questions. Every time we have one of the, in fact, I thought it was going to happen tonight when we have one that is pretty straightforward, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute. And the sheet comes up, and the questions come out, so that'll be missed. I just miss you guys. I'll miss you guys. That's it's been an honor. Yep.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Can I say a few words?
You may. Now's your chance.
Can I ask a question?
You may. The mic is yours.
I just want to say, you know, in the last 25 years, I have 22 years serving on this planning commission. And some of us were kids in the day. Pam, think how old you were when I started. Anyhow, I'd like to say that, you know, the greatest part of this responsibility has been the people. And not only the people on the planning commission, our city staff, other commissions, the residents of Walnut Creek, applicants. It's just been a wonderful experience being able to meet people in our community and help guide the community to where it is today. So I've been rewarded for the service I put in, so I'm grateful for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And Peter?
And I'll just add also, you know, it has been an honor to serve the citizens of Walnut Creek, and it's been an honor to serve the council, but it's really been a pleasure to work with all of you. And I got a lot of friendships from city staff and other folks along the way with this journey, and I really appreciate that. And I really learned to serve. Because being a volunteer and putting in this number of hours, you don't do it because of your ego. You don't do it for, you know, the technical expertise. You don't even do it just because you're trying to do great things for a particular item. You do it because you learn to serve, and it's really been an honor to do that. So thank you all for that opportunity.
Thank you both. We really appreciate it, and we wish you the best on your next adventures. So. All right, any other comments for this agenda item?
No, but for number 6, just want to let the public know that the special meeting for Monday, February 26th has been canceled.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Any other commission member and staff reports or announcements? All right, seeing none, we will adjourn this meeting at 6:25. Thank you very much, everyone.